Hello everybody, welcome to the Easy Eating kitchen. How many times have you wanted to plan a dinner party but you just thought, I don't have the money? Well, I'm here to show you exactly how to do it. Tonight I'm going to be making a 3-course meal for 8 guests that will be joining me well in like less than 2 hours. For starters, we'll have a beetroot and butternut salad with a blackcurrant dressing and feta, and for mains we'll be having date steamed bread, mang tart stir fry and basil pesto chicken. Apparently it's mange tout because it's a French term, but for my town we'll call it mang tart for today. But then for dessert we'll have an Eastern stewed fruit with mint yogurt and pomegranate seeds. I've got 2 hours, 3 courses, 8 people, hectic! A nice high heat. I've got all of my temperatures on high because we're rocking the universe right now. Some people believe that when cutting butternut they need to first slice it up and get those rings and then peel it from those rings, but there is actually an easier way. So what you're going to do is that you actually just cut your butternut in half, put it on the board and just begin to slice it slowly, you know? So I always choose to rather steam the vegetables because that way I retain the nutrients and the color, but I still have that soft texture that I'm looking for in my vegetable salads. And now it's time to get started on the date steamed bread. I'm a Zulu girl, so at home we call it idombolo, and I've decided that I'm going to add dates in it and a bit of seasoning just to give it a different flavor from the traditional plain flour steamed bread that everyone gets to eat. This will give it a nice rich flavor, nice sugary texture to it as well. Here I'm using self-raising flour, only because it's just going to make life easier. I won't have to wait for the dough to rise, and it's also got a nicer texture once it's steamed. It's more lighter, fluffier. Now that I've chucked the dates in there, I also want to add a bit of seasoning just to give it a bit of a kick. I still want that traditional element with it, and I still want the dates to come through in the flavor. Long gone are the days where you just add spice after spice in your auntie's cupboard and you lose the natural taste of what food actually is. So let's keep it real, yo. Everything needs salt. Salt is a spice that brings out the natural flavor in food. So you'll be able to taste the oregano, the thyme, the dates, all on their own. You can pick it out actually. Now, I know that I've already added dates in there, but I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar just to keep that traditional element, because this is how my mother taught me. Flour, salt, sugar. It's easier to mix the dough together if you make a well in the center, and then you add the lukewarm water into the center of the well, and then you can kind of bring it in from all angles. I'm going to put it into a packet so that the steam can rotate inside it, and then the bread can rise to its optimum level. Every last bit of it, I'm going to tie a loose but tight knot at the top, just so that it has room for it to rise, but still not letting any steam escape or any water in. Pop it inside there. This pot is not to be opened for at least another 30 minutes. So then we're just going to carry on shooting. Okay, cool. You guys can just enjoy yourselves. The guests have arrived. They're about to have some wine. Now I'm going to assemble the starter. I need a really rich but sweet salad dressing to go with it. And I'm going to use some balsamic dressing. To thicken it, I'm going to add some blackcurrant jam, which will just add to the sweetness of it. Don't serve out anything if you don't know what it tastes like. Ooh, heaven. So in order to carry out the Eastern theme that is going to reappear in the dessert, I'd like to add some cumin to this one. No, maybe some Italian herbs. Rosemary makes the world go round. Or my world at least. Now to add the dressing. Stunning. I love how the colors bounce off each other. This bright orange against this deep purple. I've got 8 filled breasts here. Breast fillets. Yeah. And then I'm gonna put them in this bowl, and then I'm gonna drizzle the basil pesto over them. We need to get this chicken in. So, luckily our water is boiling already. I'm just gonna chuck this basil pesto chicken inside the pot. I'm going to get started on the vegetable stir fry. But now for that, I'm going to need to chop the mang tart and the sun-dried tomatoes. Trust me, it's not a lot. It's gonna burn away. That's caramelizing at the bottom. Oh my gosh, look at this bread. Looks like a huge crater, but you can eat it this time. This is gonna go awesomely with the basil pesto chicken. This will stew over dinner while we're having dinner. This way, it'll be ready for us just in time for dessert. It's been a crazy 2 hours. The guests are starving and I'm plating now, so cross your toes, fingers, and all of those things. They better like it. So here we have a butternut and beetroot salad with a balsamic and clementine dressing and some feta cheese on top.
But it's the combination of spices that you use that just gives it that unique flavor and makes it really tasty.
Basically, I've been cooking for years, but it's always take it home somehow. Home is in Pietermaritzburg, so Durban's around the corner, and then you have all these smells, but you can't eat everything basically. So it's just okay. I smelled that. Let's try and let's see how it's gonna come out. So this is date steamed bread, date dombolo, served with basil pesto chicken and a mang tart sweet stir fry.
Oh, wow. That was a tongue twist.
Dried tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes.
Every 2 days it was.
Black currant jam.
That's it.
That's what easy eating is about. It's about modernizing African dishes. So we all know that we're basically here for the Easy Eating show. And tonight we are shooting the pilot for the show, and the pilot will be approached and used to pitch to television companies and all of that. I would love to be on BBC. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
So now, how does one necessarily break into that industry? How do you get into that? Because I mean, people think television, it's a box, it's another world that you just get to peek through. How do you step into that? Do you just wake up and someone spots you on the street and say, hey? Oh.
You gotta find a unique way of bringing about your...
Do it first, yeah.
How do you now take this such a sacred thing and then share it with everyone, and it's out there for other people to judge? And
But it's
This is what you have to enjoy.
Focus on what you do great. Like Ned was saying, have a good support system. My friend and I were actually talking about that the other day. If your business is cooking, then have Andrew, who's gonna be your accountant, and then have him, who's gonna be your magician. Do you know what I mean? But you can't.
You need one.
You don't want to try to be a jack of all trades. Then you're gonna be an average of everything you do. You're not gonna be great at one thing. Have a good support
Yeah,
system.
that's the way I've done it. You don't want to thin yourself out.
And if you have one platform and you're able to create other revenue streams using that platform, then you should go into it.
Just because we are, everyone is tuned in into the same, and we have, so like we just don't get anything fresh and new.
You need to know what's true to your food, the way you do, the way you cook, the way you dress, everything about yourself that is still going to be appealing to a broad group of people, because you also have to think about your audience. You can't just think about, I want to do this my way.
We're all enjoying it here,
But I would have gone You have to choose your arena, because if you just said, I wish I'm on the BBC, you're on the BBC. This is big time television, a lot of money involved, and a lot of people who don't care about you. They're only in it for the money, they're only in it, it's an industry. But if you decide that's the arena you want, and you're up to it, and you're tough enough for it, and you become a product, but you enjoy that, and then you, as Natalie said, you come up, with a series of plates, and with everything gets, you become a brand. A brand.
This is dessert. It's an Eastern stewed fruit. It's chili.
Eastern Cape.
No, this is in Asia. With a mint yogurt with pomegranate. Bon appetit. Okay.
Bon appetit.
Forget y'all, I'm enjoying my hand.
Or like a free spray while the camera is done.
I won't let this fade out.